Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I just decided to drop this quick video. I'm driving and have some thoughts on my mind, so I want to drop this quick video. Good morning to you, right as I'm reaching my destination. Um, Pray that you have a great day today. That you have a great day today. And I want to talk real quick about this new economy. I want to talk about this new economy, this new economic system that we are approaching, and how people with a lack of financial education um, is going to get left behind. Is going to get left behind in this new economy, right? People with a lack of financial education. Hello, Romy Rome. You all, let me know how the sound is. I don't have any earpiece connected. Maybe I can find my earpiece real quick. Good morning, great risings, great risings to you, right? So let me see if I can find my sound earpiece real quick. And great risings. Good morning. Here we go. Maybe this will help. The sound is good. Okay, I'm gonna put this in anyway. So thank you for letting me know. So let's get right into it on this great Friday, right? Happy Friday, grand risings to you all as well. And I'm driving and I'm thinking that people with no financial education is going to be left behind. And this is what, even though I don't need these shades, maybe I should just put them on, right? Just because it's just, I love the weather though. It's 54 degrees right now where I'm at. I love the weather. Not a lot of sunshine, but it is early in the morning. So, um, you know, and this is what I mean. People with no financial education do things. Can you all hear now? I just dropped one. Dropped my AirPod. I don't know if it's still connected. Can you hear now? I'm gonna have to figure out how the sound is bad. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get my AirPod from that crap. I'll get it out after this live stream. So okay, sound is back. So let me get on. People with no financial education, they make moves like this, and this is why I'm having the conference. The 111 millionaire moves, right? Thank you. I'm glad you all can hear now. So I put that. And let me put this conference link up. This is why I'm having the conference. Because people don't know what they don't know. When you are still inside of a frame, you can't see outside the picture. And this is the thing, people don't know what they don't know. You're not making millionaire, billionaire moves when you do things like take your initial investment out of cryptocurrency. You take the initial investment out of, as I have to put some cash away, stack my cash in my car. You take your initial investment out of your cryptocurrency and then you say, I'm playing out with the house money. That's not smart financial education, right? This is why. Boy, money still makes me smile. You just say the word money, right? Money. You just put the E on it makes forces a smile. What people say money doesn't make you happy. You're shopping in the wrong places. I'm gonna get on that too. And so when you take your money out of cryptocurrency, and then you say I'm playing with the house money, What you do is, let me say this, you can never lose when you take out profits. First of all, you can never lose when you take out profits. However, you rob yourself of your future gains, right? One thing that Matthew 25 teaches us in the Bible is that the master came back after a long time. The Bible is the best book about banking and investing and becoming rich and wealthy, like the patriarchs of the Bible, from Abraham, that was rich in cattle and land, and King Solomon, that was rich, the wealthiest man king that there was in the Bible, um, and physically rich. I'm not talking about spiritual rich. All these patriarchs, they had cattle, land, gold, silver, lived a rich and wealthy lifestyle in the Bible. And guess what? Still had a very prosperous relationship with the Lord as well. And so Matthew 25 teaches you about investing, that you invest for the long haul. And that when cryptocurrency takes a dip, it's only a dip, a loss on paper. For Shiba Inu, for example, when I look at SHIB, the people that became millionaires and billionaires from SHIBs are the one that invested last year around the time of August and held their cryptocurrency for at least a year. So when you tell me things like, I took out my initial investment, which probably wasn't much anyway, what you do is you then now just made a chess move that position you to not have compound interest on the compound interest that you were um, developing or having in cryptocurrency. And so a lot of people make this excuse, well, I got my initial investment back and now I'm playing with the house money. Yeah, but the house money, number one thing you need to understand is that whenever you take out any portion of cryptocurrency, you lose the quantity of it. You're not just taking out the house money or your initial investment. It's bigger than that. You lose your overall quantity. So that means now you have less amount. So when that cryptocurrency goes on another spike or bull run, your quantity is now lesser. And now the compound interest on the compound interest, right? Another thing Matthew 25 teaches you is that in Matthew 25, the servant told the master, I know you are a harsh man and you reap where you do not sow. When you take out your initial investment, now the money, the interest on that initial investment, your interest is making money. The interest is making money. And see, these are the moves that people with a lack of financial education are making, that's going to make them poor, even poorer in this new economic change. Other moves that people with a lack of financial education make, right, is that they purchase things that do not make them richer. Like, they spend money on vacations, they spend money on vehicles for no business use, just for recreational use. They spend money on clothing, new screen television, recreational events, sporting events, things that have no intricate value of bringing in them more cash flow. And let me tell you something. I don't care how much money you make in cryptocurrency. If you don't get a financial education, it's going to go back, because back away from you, right? Yes, millionaires and billionaire status doesn't happen overnight, but guess what? With cryptocurrency, it can happen within a year. And that's the great thing. But people won't even hold for a year. And the only thing that more money printing does for the dollar, it increases. This is called the silent tax. It's not really silent. It makes a lot of noise. Just go to the gas station. Just go to the grocery store. Look at the cost of daycare. Your bills are increasing. And so whenever this money printing happens, it increases your cost of living expenses automatically. There's no way more money can be pumped into the economy. There's no way the government can raise the debt ceiling and then not increase your prices of your everyday living. That's the tax that the poor, working middle class and the middle class get. And if you don't have a strategy for your money that is beating that tax, which is called inflation, and the cost of living, you will continue to be poor. This is why the upper middle class and the poor working class, right, will continue to be poor. This is why people that's saving cash right now and stacking cash and not putting their cash in assets that is at least beating and outpacing the cost of living. And gold, physical gold, the commodity gold, definitely beats the cost of inflation. But with gold, it's not as easy to liquidate gold, and gold cannot bring you any cash flow. However, gold is God's money, right? Gold can bring you capital gains if you use your cash to purchase physical silver and gold. You can get capital gains on the sale, right? But you have to know what type of physical silver and gold to get. And you have to have the mindset also that this is a long-term game. As Nipsey Hussle said it, this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. And I just felt led because you have a lot of people that's upper middle class and poor working middle class that would do things like take out equity against their homes because it is easy and it's cheap debt, but they only use their money to go out and buy things that depreciate in value. They just don't have a financial education. What the rich and wealthy people do that have a financial education is they take cheap dollars and cheap debts to only invest in assets. Rich people take vacations. Rich people take trips. Poor people take vacations. Rich people purchase vehicles for business use and tax write-off and tax deductions. Poor people purchase vehicles for recreational use. Poor people buy things like clothes and jewelry and vehicles that make them look rich. Rich and wealthy people buy assets that actually make them rich. It's a difference between looking rich and being rich. And so I'm leaving off on this note. I've been thinking all week about the topic of how to identify a financial deliverer in this time of the recession. There are many situations in the Bible in which people were in a recession, and a financial deliverer like Elijah came to the widow women, right? The widow woman, and took her flour and her water. She was about to make her last meal for her and her son and die. Ruth and Boaz in the Bible. Ruth, there was a recession, and Naomi told Ruth, right, a financial deliverer to Ruth, an advisor to Ruth, to go to Boaz, and she gave her instructions. Naomi gave Ruth instructions during that recession that made her rich, and she married Boaz, and she married a wealthy man, rich and wealthy. And it came to me, or God gave me the answer last night. How do you recognize a financial deliverer? The very first question a financial deliverer will be concerned with when it comes to you is, how much do you have first? They won't ask you to give first. They will analyze your financial situation first. When Elijah came to the widow woman whose son had died, and her two sons were about to be sold into an economic system of they was about to work for the man. That was considered slavery, when you work for someone else other than your own legacy and your family. When you had a job for somebody else and you wasn't in a home-based business or a family-owned business, that was considered slavery, and it still should be. But people don't have financial education, so they don't know. And so her two sons were about to be sold elsewhere to work off of the bad debt from the marriage, and her husband had died. The very first thing that Elijah asked her is, "What do you have in your house?" He analyzed her financial situation first before he asked her to give anything. Elijah, the woman that was about to bake her cake and feed her son and die in that recession, the very first thing he asked her, because she told him, "Look, I just have this little cake." She told him, "This is all I have in my hands." Both of these prophets, and even Naomi and Ruth, they asked, "What do you have in your hand?" And the other asked, "What do you have in your house?" And when they gave them an assessment of what they had, they said, "Okay, now this is how you take that little and you make it much." One instructions were to open a home-based business. The other instruction was to give me a first fruit offering. Give me a bite of your cake first and it will increase. A financial deliverer is first concerned about your status, your position. Jesus asked the disciples that was toiling and fishing, said, "Do you have any meat?" For all your ways of doing things, for you taking out your initial investment in crypto, for your giving that you give to manifest in this physical world, for all of your toiling, for all of your hard work, for all of you doing things your way and not through provide or divine instructions way, what do you have left to show for it? Yes, you give and you tithe, but God has been instructing you to let some other things off in some other areas. You won't cut that, you won't let that go. You won't walk into full manifestation. You still want to do cryptocurrency your way. You still want to look at cryptocurrency as gambling and not at least a year investment. So you're cutting yourself out from becoming a millionaire, billionaire, to settle for thousands. Have you any meat? For the way your mind, see, what if the woman, I've been coming before people and telling them, listen, you need to open up a home-based business. The tax laws are going to change. And if you take out your initial investments in cryptocurrency, you are going to receive a 1099 at the end of the year from either Robinhood, Crypto.com, Coinbase, Binance, whatever exchange you have your currency in, your crypto in. They're going to send you a 1099 when you converted that back into cash. Crypto does not have to be regulated for you to get that 1099. And when you get that 1099, you're going to have to report it to the IRS. And January 1st, again, the IRS is still going to have more control of transactions over your bank account. So when every deposit goes in and every expense and transaction is made, that equals up to $10,000, not 10,000 at one time, but equals up to $10,000. Because then now they're saying, hey, people are doing a part of tax evasion and they're not reporting their taxes accurately. And I know a lot of people say, well, that's why I'm going to start still just operating in cash. They're going to switch to a digital dollar, a Fed coin. You're not going to be able to hide any transaction. The pyramid on your cash is going to be digital, and they're really going to have the all-seeing eye. So you have beauticians, barbershops, right? Churches, nonprofits that stash cash and they don't report all of their earnings, and that's going to stop next year. Cash App, cash donations, even to me, right? Which I have no problem with because I have home-based business and I have a lot of tax deductions. And another thing, the assets that I get, I make sure that those assets will be tax less. I have strategies, millionaire moves, right? That's why I have the 111 million movement for those who need to start the home-based business. And then I have the conference coming up because, again, people don't know what they don't know. You are making moves like a poor working middle class person when you tell me things like, I took out my initial investment in crypto. You just stopped your future gains of that compounding interest that you would have gotten. You just took away, you reduce your quantity. So now when you buy back into that crypto, you also increase the average price that you came in, that you enter in at. So now you didn't enter in at the lowest price anymore because you cashed out. And then you don't even have a plan for your initial investment. Just because you have a fear of missing out. Just because you don't have a financial education. When you see a decrease, like you may have seen $3,000 or $2,000 dip in Shiba Inu, that is just a loss on paper. You know, Shiba is going to spike again, and I think it's going to be the 11/11 or the 11/1 of November. It is going to spike again. So when you are making these moves, you need to have a plan for, okay, if I'm converting back out of crypto into cash, I'm going to use my cash to give me a cash flow and tangible asset. And many people miss all of the teachings in the Bible that teach you to be rich, like the patriarchs of the Bible, from Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, King Solomon, the rich women in the Bible, Lydia, the Proverbs 31st woman, Ruth, her. So I tell people, and I'm saying this and I'm signing out, right? I'm signing out. Well, Dogecoin can spike to the moon. It can spike to Mars. But for people that keep on taking out their gains, they won't rise. See, you got to be a part of the rising tides. And you won't rise with it because of lack of financial education. As soon as you take out your initial investment, you just lowered your average cost that you enter in. You just lost your quantity that you had. So you lost the opportunity to get a greater return in the future, right? It's just like in the Bible, the man the Bible story that talks about you selling your birthright. You just sold your birthright, and you sold your opportunity to be a millionaire, a billionaire for thousands. Everyone that has become a millionaire and a billionaire in Dogecoin got in August of 2020, and they held for at least a year. That's why they called it diamond hands. I mean, you have to have tough hands. Some people cannot just stack and hold it for a year to become a millionaire and a billionaire. Do you look, as that TV show title is, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You cannot want to be a millionaire if you keep taking out little gains. Your little gains is stopping you from getting bigger gains in the future. Again, I'm not saying you don't make a profit. Like, you can take out your initial investment. You can never lose when you get back short term. You can never lose when you take out your initial investment. You can never lose taking out what you put in short term, but you will lose in the long run because you could have had a bigger return just by keeping that initial investment in. That's good. That's great, Gwen. Increase your cash flow to increase your crypto. This is what the home-based business does. When you have extra sources of income, you don't have to take out initial investments. You look at it, oh, that's just a loss on paper. I know this is going to rebound, and I'm able to at least stay in this and leave it alone for a year, at least a year, at least a year. But people that don't have cash flow coming in, they cannot keep up with the cost of living. They can't keep up with the gas prices increasing. They can't keep up with the um, grocery stores increasing. Top Care, thank you for the 1111 super chat on Cash App. Thank you, Top Care. They can't keep up with the cost of living. They can't keep up with vehicles prices increasing. And so they have to take out little gains because they have no other source of cash flow coming in. And people, you will not living off of one source of income. I don't care if you are married. If you are an individual that's living from one source of income, that is dangerous. I think someone's trying to get my attention. To your wealth. Living off of one source of income is dangerous to your wealth. Even if you are in a 2 income earning household, if both of you all have one source of income, it's dangerous to your wealth. Africa's adoption of cryptos rose about 1,200%. I'm telling you, this is a long-term game. Some of you all are playing the game for the first and second quarters only. You're not playing for the third, fourth quarter, or even overtime. You're only playing for the first and second quarter. And you guess what? The game is won by playing all fourth quarters, and sometimes they even have additional time added, which is overtime. You never win games in first and second quarters, ever. Ever. Because at half times, adjustments will be made. And some of y'all, that's what you're doing. You're playing this new economic system by the first and second quarter. You're not increasing your cash flow. You're not increasing your taxable income and adding, you're not adding any tax shelters. You're buying vehicles that does not fit into the government's tax plan that you cannot write off for deduction. You're buying it for recreation only. You're not buying them and flipping them. I just saw a car tag, BMW 1111. I promise you that car tag had 4 ones on it. I made a post on my Facebook page and on YouTube. You need to read that about 411s. November is going to be a big month for crypto. I really hate it for the people that took out their gains already. Their initial investment. But the double one equals 2 pillars, 2 gateways that's opening for you. November and January are going to be great gateways months. In the Gregorian calendar, January is actually the 11th month. But in the Jewish calendar, January is the 11th month, and the Gregorian calendar is November. The 11th November, the 1st of November and the 11th of November are going to be big dates. You can mark it in this crypto world. The 11/11 gateways are opening. January 1st, January 11th. You're going to be big days. December starts the 4th quarter. Right? Get in this conference, 111 Millionaire Moves, and get in this home-based business today. You can go to 111 million, what's the other? 1111 to get in the home-based business. That ticker is on the bottom, and I'll change it out. millionmovement.com for the home-based business and for the conference. And my friend from Florida that texts me that wants to come in person, I will know. As soon as I end this live stream, I'm getting on the phone with the hotel. I spoke with the general manager on yesterday, and the dates are there. I'm just waiting on that email confirmation. Right? They told me the dates are here. You can book it, yes, via phone, but they haven't sent it to me in writing. And if it's not in writing, it's not real, right? So I'm waiting on that email confirmation. Once I receive that, get a phone call. Once I receive that email confirmation, I'll let you all know. But listen, I have to sign out. As you can hear, I have a phone call. Have a great day today. Make it a great day on purpose. Have your strategy in place, right? Strategy always trumps hope. Strategy always, a plan always trumps just praying. So, how big can you think, right? How big can you think? Magnify your mind, multiply your money, manifest with your mouth. The power in life and death is in your tongue, and maximize your mission. Be blessed to be a blessing. Queen out. Have a great day. Thank you all. You have made my morning by telling me hello, right? By telling me hello. So, you're going to start a great day. I'm going to have a great day just because I had an opportunity to sit and talk to you. Yeah, he says hope is gambling almost. Strategize to prophesy. And I'm not talking about prophetic, it's Bible prophecy or being a prophet. I'm talking about prophesizing your bank account. Strategize to prophesize. Queen out. Y'all have a great day.